Hey, good morning, CoolB'more. Hey, it's the CoolB'more driver coming at you. Today is January 4th. I'm actually recapping my day from January 3rd. So yesterday was a great day for me. I ended off the day with 170 and some change, something like that. About $10 of that was tips. And my second ride of the day actually, which taught me a lesson, because I never had this happen to me before in the first year of me driving. The second ride was from Randallstown, Maryland to Newark, Delaware. $93 ride. It was awesome. Well, unfortunately for the customer, that $93 ride turned into about $110 and some change, simply because the customer, well, the rider wasn't actually the customer. It was the customer's son. So I was taking him back to Delaware State University. And when he got out, when I looked back as I was driving, as I was going to the car wash down the street, I noticed he left his cell phone. And I tried, he had it locked, so there was no way for me to call his mother, to get into his phone, call his mother and say, hey, I got her cell phone. So I went through the Uber app, reported it to Uber, and then minutes later, I get a phone call on his phone. So I figured it had to be, somebody he knew calling him, but it was actually him. He was I had dropped him off. When I dropped him off, he went to a friend's house and he called from his friend's cell phone, and he asked me to return the device. So luckily I had not returned to Baltimore yet, or wasn't even on the way to Baltimore. So went, and he gave me the address again of where he was, went and dropped off his cell phone, went back to the Uber app and reported it to Uber that I returned it to the customer. So I hadn't heard from Uber the entire day. So, after I finished my last ride, I hit him up again. I was like, hey, I returned the phone, immediately. And, all I ask is that somebody communicates with me with what's going on. So this is almost like another 6 hours, after I had reported it, or after I had reported that I had returned it. So maybe about 20 minutes later, they came back and they said, hey, we've funded you the $15 return fee. Thanks for, providing great service, yada, 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 yada. So that was a good lesson for those of you who've never had this happen to you. Always check before you leave an area. Always check, or ask your customers to check your vehicle one more time to make sure that they have their cell phones, purses, all that stuff, or else it's going to be a $15 charge to them. And I've had customers I've said that to customers before, and they turn around, they didn't notice they left something and actually got a tip. Some of them actually tipped me, whether it was cash or through the app, for I would assume, for doing that. So yeah, other than that, I had one airport ride, and then the rest was like small rides here and there. So yesterday was a good day, but I only did 9 rides, which was crazy. 9 rides in like 7 hours. So it was. And the reason for that was because, one, I went to Delaware, and the crazy thing is, when I was in Delaware, I was trying to catch rides there, and the app said you cannot drive in Delaware or you cannot drive in Philadelphia because your car is not registered there. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, I'm in Newark, Delaware. I am not in Philadelphia. And as a DMV driver, I am able to drive in Delaware, DC, Maryland, and Northern Virginia. So I hit Uber up again with that, and they were like, well, try to log in, and if you're still having problems, then let us know. I'm like, dude, I'm back in Baltimore now. So, if I ever get another ride to Delaware and I try to log in, it doesn't happen, trust and believe I'll be hitting you guys up again, because, you probably made me miss a few fares by the app malfunctioning, which they still haven't addressed that issue that I talked to them about. But you know what? Outside of that, I made my goal and I exceeded it. by about $40 or $35. So again, it was good. So I'm starting today a little late. It's about 9:16 right now, because it was snowing, or it's still snowing, but I wanted to make sure that the roads weren't iced or anything like that, so I could provide safe transportation for those who need rides today. So if you're out there driving today, be safe. Make sure you're still hydrating, because even though it's cold, a lot of people think that they don't have to drink as much water as they would need to in the summer or spring or summer times. False statement. You need to drink water all the time. I know, sound like a drill sergeant. I'm an Army guy. That it is what it is. So just make sure you're staying hydrated, eating healthy, be healthy, and be safe. This is the CoolB'more driver coming at you. I will hit y'all up on another video. I still have my upside video that I'm going to do, and I actually got my business cards for it. So I'm gonna in the next few videos, I'm going to talk to you specifically DMV drivers, and now in Miami as well, about using the Upside app and how it can benefit you, and how you can make the most out of using this app at gas stations and gas stations that have convenience stores in them. All right. So once again, CoolB'more driver, I'm about to start my day. I will holler at y'all later. Y'all be safe. Have a good and fruitful day. I'm out.